Welcome to the Fighter Index. Today is the recap of UFC Fight Night 113, and we see which fighters have evolved their game based on their performance. The Fighter Index is a snapshot of how complete a fighter is at the moment, built from 16 attributes rated on a 10-point scale. Performances are judged as trends, confirmations, or outliers. So one performance tells us what to watch, and another similar performance could confirm and warrant an evolution. The first fighter at UFC Fight Night 113 that showed a potential evolution in her skill set was Wang Cong. She showed no changes in the first pillar, fight IQ, and athletic tools, the second pillar, striking and stand-up defense, or the third pillar, grappling and control. Coming into Fight Night 113, Wang Cong scores a 4 in off the back, a clear vulnerability in her profile. But against Eduarda Moura, she showed real growth, staying composed on the ground, making smart defensive decisions, and getting back to her feet without panic. That kind of performance against a high-level grappler warrants us to monitor her progress with a potential score increase with another similar performance. UFC newcomer Gianni Vazquez had a respectable showing against Javid Basharat. He showed no changes in the first, second, or third pillar. Coming into Fight Night 113, Gianni Vazquez didn't project as a dangerous fighter off the back. But against Javid Basharat, he showed meaningful improvement. Staying active, denying clean control, and creating space instead of stalling. That performance doesn't rewrite his profile, but it does put his off-the-back score firmly on watch for a potential increase. Niko Price came in on short notice against Nikolai Veretennikov. We saw no change in the first pillar. The second pillar, striking and striking defense, tells another story. It seems the wars Niko has been in are starting to catch up with him, and his chin doesn't seem to absorb the damage it once used to be able to. Veretennikov isn't a devastating striking powerhouse, and he dispatched Niko with relative ease. This performance shows that his chin may no longer be an 8. We saw no changes in the other pillars, grappling and control, or defense, scrambles, and ground survival. The next fighter we saw a change in was Farid Basharat. We saw no change in the first pillar, fight IQ and athletic tools. Coming into Fight Night 113, Farid Basharat carried a 6 in striking, viewed as functional but not yet an advantage. Against Jean Matsumoto, he showed clear growth, cleaner entries, better shot selection, and more confidence exchanging without overextending. It wasn't reckless volume, but it was controlled effectiveness. And that performance puts his striking score firmly in range for a potential increase. We saw no changes in the remaining two pillars, grappling and control, or defense, scrambles, and ground survival. The next fighter we saw potential score changes in was Rizvan Kuniev. We saw no change in the first three pillars for his performance against Jailton Almeida. Heading into Fight Night 113, Rizvan Kuniev wasn't expected to hold up consistently in defensive wrestling exchanges. Against Jailton Almeida, that narrative shifted. He showed improved positioning, smarter use of the fence, and the ability to stay upright longer than anticipated. It wasn't a shutdown performance, but it was a meaningful step forward, and it puts his takedown defense squarely in the conversation for a potential score increase. Coming into the fight, Kyoji Horiguchi scored an 8 in stamina, already viewed as elite. But over 5 hard rounds against Amir Albazi, he took that a step further, maintaining pace, sharpness, and movement without showing real fatigue. Finishing a full 5-round fight barely winded puts his stamina score firmly in range for a potential increase and reinforces how sustainable his game really is. He demonstrated many skills, but showed no changes in the remaining 3 pillars. In order to accurately score fighters and their skills, it will take the collective whole of the MMA community. If you saw changes in a fighter not mentioned, or have different scores in these highlighted fighters, put it in the comments and defend your position. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fighter breakdowns and fighter index scores.